Yeah, man, people, welcome back again. Morning Insider is here on Nicardo Media House. Good day to everybody. Bless up to the people, zoning in as the video drop. You get the notification. Bless up to the people, as where someone comment and said, yo, them I watch the video in them kitchen. Bless up the other people that say, yo, them I listen the video on their way to work. This is what I really like about it. The Morning Insider. You can get it as you get up, if he's a late morning person that wake up, around 8-9 o'clock to go to work or get ready for go to work. If you get ready already and I do something in the meantime, say after 8, Eastern time, you can get the Morning Insider. And you don't know if you are commute to work, you can have a little video, a 15-20 minute clip, and I listen on your way to work. And listen what's really going around reggae boy football and what Nicardo Media House here to present to you guys. You don't know the rest of the league them soon start back, so you don't know you're gonna hear much more about that. But again, look, man, I was out of it yesterday. People, just man, yesterday that video I did, great video, great information as well, but my vibes, the mood, the energy, everything did all tight. Trust me, I was so sleepy. I think I did that video around 3 a.m. or 2:30 a.m. I think I started it around 2:35, 2:40 a.m. in the morning, and love it, but I just get caught up doing so many stuff, after I finish the Nick and Dad podcast. Bless up the Daniel football show. People, make sure you subscribe to him. Don't know, we do a collaboration together on Sunday, called the Nick and Dad podcast, where Nicardo Media House and Daniel football show join together, and we combine and talk about reggae boy football and European football as well. You don't know. So people, me there, to hit the nail on the head again. Me there to talk about some very interesting topic as usual. I just want to make this show, this Morning Insider, be something that people can listen in the morning. It is the morning show that one of the first thing you see in the morning when you go on YouTube. Something that Nicardo Media was going to talk about on the episode of the Morning Insider. You just don't know what I'm going to come with, so it's just that unique show, and I love it. But again, thanks to the people who's contributing massive, to the platform. Really appreciate it. Not just the Morning Insider, but Nicardo Media was from day one, from last year, when the first tournament I covered, it was the Gold Cup, but I mean, first topic we're going to talk about, Busby, the Reggae Girls coach. After a very frustrated, a very disappointed, under 15 Reggae Girls, under 50, I think the 5th edition of the CONCACAF under 15, girls tournament, 11-0. We lost 11-0 against the US, the US girls. We won against Haiti, in the last game, the decisive game, that could bring us through to the semi-final. We lost that against Costa Rica. The playoff, we lost that one against El Salvador. I think we lost both games 4-0, the last two games, and I saw a piece of article, in the newspaper, and, the regular coach is voicing his concern. You could see that, his frustration of what's really going around, in local football when it comes on to women. They don't know, the youth development, everyone, who is following the reggae girls, the youth development for females in Jamaica, it is stagnant. But, Busby, one thing he was emphasizing on about the lack of tournaments for the younger girls. In high school, they only have one tournament, and you don't know, once you started high school at the age 13, 14, you're going to have to play with the under 19 team. There's no under 14, there's no under 16, there's no under 19, like the similar like what Coles, in the male part, them have Coles, them have Pepsi, and them have the Manning Cup, that Costa Cup as well, but he said he's going to talk to somebody about it on some different parties, and guess who is that name brought up in the conversation? Mr. Wendell Downswell. Busby, boy, I tell you, the wrong man you got to, because football stagnant around this man. Busby said, look, it is something, this is a message that he said, I'm quoting him, it is something that I am looking to discuss with Mr. Wendell Downswell, the director of football, and the necessary parties, and how we can collectively improve the women game. I mean, I don't know, man. This is a long, drawn out story. Look, we know that, the people in Jamaica don't really care about women football. They don't really care about the development of the younger generation that is coming through. There's no real development as in football for the male and female, but there's a little pathway there for the younger boys, but for the girls it's very hard. Living here in the US, I remember when I just came, I see women football play everywhere I go. I'm talking about under 12, under 13, under 14. Everywhere you go, in a different park, you see there's a little, it's a little academy. You go to certain fields, you see academies. I remember, when I just came, I live, a thrown stone away from the Yankee Stadium, in the Bronx. And when I used to go to the park, that is the old Yankee Stadium, not the new one, the old, that where was the old Yankee Stadium used to locate it. That park right there, they have the football pitch there, and they have baseball pitch, they have basketball court, and I remember I used to go down there, on the weekends, just to look at the younger youths them, practicing their academies. And that academy, I used to see, it's two different academy, private owned academy. They have two different types of young women team that they really develop it, so we don't really see much of that. Might seeing it now, I heard Craig Butler say that he's going to start to develop female, on his side, in the Phoenix Academy as well. So we're looking forward for that as well. But there's not much real development around women, and I think, more voices need to come out. Mr. Wendell Downswell, I don't know what he's going to do. Everything is just stagnant around the man, but I mean, move on, but the regular coach, though, it seems like he's concerned of what really going around the football when it comes on to the girls side. You don't know. But next up, talking about Mr. Butler, he have, sets out his criteria at Vere Pheonix United for the players. I have some very interested, line to say that what Mr. Craig Butler have said. He have said, look, and I'm quoting Mr. Craig Butler, professional football in Europe isn't easy. People think you just get up and go. No, it's not easy. You are up against a lot. They are protecting their homegrown player, and it doesn't matter if you go to Belgium, France, Germany, they will always protect their own treasure. They will always protect their own younger kids. And he go on and said, look, if you just playing football, to play in the Jamaican Premier League for fun of it, you might as well stop. But if you are playing football to become better, to win JPL, win the CONCACAF Club Championship, if that's what you want, a manager can get you the opportunities in front of a big club in the world. Come with discipline, come with respect, come with focus and training, and your attitude and your mentality and your loyalty, because that is what I am about. I will fight for my players, to the last players, and they know it. We are showing the world how poor, and this part is very critical, where he's saying, look, we are showing the world how poor we are, or we can show the world how good we are. This is what will open the door for Jamaica and Jamaicans football, and I am looking towards the positive and growth. That is a very strong one. But before I go to that, the part where he said, look, you have to be much better in Europe. These academies in Europe, they're not just going to let you slide through the door like that. You have to be probably 3-4 times better than what is in the academy, when especially you is a foreign player, you is a black player, you is a player, especially he's coming from Africa, you coming from the Caribbean. It's going to be much harder, so you have to be that standout one. You have to have a very, very high work ethic, to outshow and out play, out muscle, out run these kids on the pitch, and show the director, show the coaches that, look, I am here for a spot. And when you do that, it's hard to push you away. So next up, where he said, look, it's time for us to stop show that we are poor. Mr. Ricketts have done it in the press conference right in front of the gaffer. I remember when he said, look, we might not, something about of the resource, we tried. Nobody want to know that. What we want to hear is how you can get the job done, how you can get the resource. Everybody knows it. Every federation in the world have some circumstances that they're trying to get better. They're trying to get better resource for the national team. Yeah, no federation is perfect in the world. Even the big rich FA, they are not perfect as well. Yeah, so no federation is perfect. But we don't really want to hear that. Look, who is not having enough resource? We want to hear how you can get the job done. Yeah, stop show or stop tell the world how poor we are. Show the world how good Jamaican footballer. Show the world that how good Jamaican players are. Show them what is behind the closed door in Jamaica when it comes on to the talent pool, yeah, and everything, But I mean, Craig Butler have laid out his criteria very like, look, if you're trying to have fun, this is not the place. You need to have loyalty, you need to have the respect, you need to have the mentality, you need to have the focus, you need to have the drive that's going to push you to the next level. And you could see it with Phoenix players, yeah, traveling all around Europe. His players have that mentality. He always said that his players train, between 10 to 11 months, a year. So they are always on the clock training. And I remember, he always said this, and I even see it for myself. And he has been doing this for the last 15 years or so. He always let his players run at least a 200 or a 400 meter after training. I witnessed it out of my own eyes, when I was a youngster growing up in Jamaica. So, you could see that he have the right attitude. People might not like him, but he have the right attitude to turn a player around to be that big fish in the pond and make some money out there in professional football. There's a big market, for you to go out there and make money and earn and help your family, help your friends, and then you will help the football in Jamaica just by your transfer. A club will get money, just like what Kyle Dixon about to do. Arnett Gardner will get a percentage of that. Look out, Charlton Athletic going to pay for him. So that's how it works in football. It's a business. Let's treat it like a business. Again, moving on, hot topic. Steve McCLAREN. I would say Steve McCLAREN will probably love to get, and it's Isaac Hayden, the player that who is still on a 2-year contract left at Newcastle at St. James's Park. The Magpies are looking to load this player off for the last couple of seasons. He have played just 4 games since that big takeover happened, after they removed Mike Ashley, from the owner. Yeah, he was the owner now. I think the Saudis, they came in and, the money is right there in Newcastle. But, the man have only played just 4 games. I think his last game, they said it was that 4-0, defeat away at the Etihad Stadium against Manchester City. He have went out on a few loans with QPR. He went to the Belgium Pro League, and he was a quality player, when, I think they just got promoted. He was a really good player. I think he have a really good stint under Steve Bruce as well. I think he might fall off the pace a little bit, but I can understand why, McCLAREN, eyes are keen, to get this player in. I think, when you look at it, yeah, his parents are Jamaican, and passport stuff like that will easily to get sorted out. I think, if we can get Isaac, I don't know if I pronounce it, Isaac Hayden, he will be our Edson Alvarez that is currently playing for the Mexico national team, the Mexico captain. He can be that player, that dynamic player in the midfield that, probably can open up another, probably unlock a different attribute, unlock a next level, in the Jamaican, in the reggaeboyz midfield, and I think he can bring real quality, to our midfield. Look, our midfield is one of the poorest spot on the field, and I think a player like that, not much on that level like he used to be 3.5 years ago, but because we saw poor in that midfield, not much quality in that area, in that department, I think he can add real steel, and he can bring that different, dynamic. He can bring that drive to the midfield. It's just that how we can fit him, how the coach can fit in him. But I think we should go all out for him, But currently, a lot of clubs in the championship is looking for him as well. Swansea City is making, talks that they want to sign him. Cardiff City, want to sign him as well. Which other team I have? And I think QPR actually and All City is looking, QPR is trying to get him back on a loan, but this is a deal for championship teams. It's very difficult to get over the line sometimes. You have to, it's not just work out the loan papers. He's on like a 50 grand per week, he's on Premier League wages, and clubs is negotiating like how many percentage we're going to pay, how many percentage Newcastle will pay, to offload the player. I don't think, a championship club can manage 50 grand per week. That's a lot of money. I even remember Jamal was on Premier League money. I think he probably take a pay cut to join Sheffield Wednesday. So players like that, getting Premier League wages, it's very hard to get a deal. And especially now, I think when you look around the spectacle of when English players need to come play for Jamaica, it's hard to get them to come on board, especially when they're trying to negotiate in new deals, when they're trying to figure out their future, they're trying to secure their club money. That's the part. That's where their real money is coming from, to take care of their family. You don't really make enough money to take care of your family playing international football. It's just a little crumbs in the bag you get to play international football. It's a country, but you have the, they normally try to secure the bag. We saw many players in the past, look, they turned down, the offer to come and play for the reggaeboyz just to try to sort out their club, their club future. So hopefully, Isaac Hayden can really sort out his club future by now and the end of the transfer window in the championship. But I mean, quality players, I said, he would remind me of the Edson Alvarez that we can put in our midfield that they have for Mexico. He cannot real steal, and his last time that he played for QPR on loan, the last half of the last season that just passed by, his passing accuracy is 86%, his dribble success is 85%, his tackles won, 65%, his aerial duels that he won is 76%, so that is very good stats. And when you look around, the stats around the reggaeboyz, when their midfield in the Copa America, it's below par. It is below par. So player will add a real steal. This player will make a very good impact in our midfield. And I don't want, we need to go to England to get players like, we need players that will make an impact. We need players that, as the coach said, is commitment, because the coach seems like he's very committed to this project. This is something that he wants to work. This is something that he wants to help the team go to a FIFA World Cup and put that on his resume as well. So our coach, the way how he talk, our coach develop his message, toward us fans. It seems like he's very committed to the project. So make sure we get the player really committed. And Gibbs White, Macy Greenwood, Reece Nelson. To be honest, out of all those, 4 players, Aiden, Greenwood, Reece Nelson, Gibbs White, I think Aiden is the one that we can really get over the line at any given time. Macy Greenwood, as they said, Rudolph Speed, it's very close, but I think, I don't know, maybe he's having it in the back of his mind that he still can represent England. There might be another opportunity. Me and Daniel talk about this on the podcast on Sunday, so hopefully, progress can make. And I don't think we might see any players, new players coming, even one of these 4 players that name that I just called, maybe it's someone that who is a anonymous player that got his passport under the table and like no one really knows, like look like a Devante Cole, someone that he traveled with the team in the game that we played in the Nations League against Canada, home and away. So I don't know, man. Let's see what's going to happen. But I don't think there's going to be much major announcement in terms of new players going to come into the Nations League. Maybe further down into the year, we might see new players, But as all things going on right now, I think, Coach McCLAREN will pick the players that already represent Jamaica and probably pick some other players that, who's a local born playing overseas. And, some players that who haven't get picked for such a good while now. And another thing, get committed player that who is over 23, 24, 25 years old. We need those players to be committed. But if we can unlock or get those players that 18, 19, talking about even a guy like Omar Hutchinson. Just like how we got Akira Anderson, a player that is potential is leading him to the Premier League, you know, a Textile Mbekisa. Those players came when they were teenager. You get me? I say, so if we can get, you know, a teens come and represent, that will be really good. You know, players that have the potential to unlock the team, to unlock another level into the reggaeboyz team, you know. So getting young players is one. Make sure that, you know, their potential is right up there, and getting the players that in their mid-20s, make sure that they are committed to the program, make sure that they commit to the national program, make sure that they commit to the country, because playing national football, it's different from club. You playing for your country, you playing for a nation of people depending on you to do the utmost best of the ability that you can ever do on that pitch to make that nation proud, you know. So big up to everybody, you know. We have come to the end, you know, of the morning insider. You know, really appreciate everybody again. You know, bless up to the people who watching this, you know, on their way to work, you know, just waking up out of them bed, you know, getting ready for work and listening, or you at work, or whatever you're doing in your daily life, or if you're in your kitchen, or if you're in your bedroom, or if you're in your bathroom, it doesn't matter where you're there or what you do. Bless up on yourself, you know. Have a good day. Stay blessed. See you guys again on Wednesday morning to deliver the Nicardo Media House. I'm here again. Bless up. Salute.